Hi and welcome to Take Time to Create. This is where we take time out of our everyday lives to create new and wonderful things. My name is Linda and I'm glad you are here. Today we have an art journal page that we're working on, and I found my focal point from the cover of a National Geographic, and it's these two elephants, and I thought this was a perfect focal point for my journal page, and so that's what I focused the whole page on. So let's get creating. We're going to work on an art journal page today, and here is my inspiration, this cover sheet for the National Geographic, August of 1989. I love this image. I love this. So we're going to use this as my focal point, as my inspiration. So here's my blank sheet. And I'm going to take an old map and stick it in there. There we go. I stuck it in between the two sheets so that I can work and not worry about messing up the other pages. I'm just going to work on this side. And I had this in my stash, so I am trying to use what I have. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm just going to start and put some old papers all over the background. I just want to break up the background a little bit. A lot of this will get covered up. Not a big deal, but I am just going to kind of put it all over the place. And I'm just using some matte Mod Podge. And I have a 1-inch Finnabar silicone brush. I love these brushes. And I'm just going to put them on there. Try to smooth it out. There will be some bubbles, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. That's the way life is. I'm not too worried about upside down, right side up, side to side. If you are, make sure you just do it the way you like it. And I'm just going to do this whole page like this, and then we'll move on to the next step. Not really very exciting. You've seen me do this 1,001 times. So, all right, I will meet you back here when it's all done. So this is all dry now, and I'm ready to move on to the next step. I'm going to use these water-soluble oil pastels from Prima Marketing. I haven't used these too much. You've seen me use them a couple times in some of my projects, but I really haven't used them a lot. And I'm not sure why. I just think that I'm just not familiar with them. They're not a product I go and reach for all the time. So I'm excited to work with them. I'm going to play with them. I'm just scribbling on over the top of this, and I'm just going to kind of scribble away, and then I'm going to blend it with some water. And I really want to kind of make this a bright, colorful page. I'm loving this low buy because I'm actually starting to use products that I don't use that often, that I have in my stash. So I'm pretty excited to really start playing with these. I didn't purchase these. I received these in a goodie bag at Art Venture in 2018, I believe. I think that's where I got them. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where I got them, but we'll see. Now that I have this all scribbled on, I'm just going to take a wet paintbrush and just kind of sloppily blend it together. All right. Oh, I'm loving this. These are such pretty vibrant colors. Okay. So now I'm going to dry this before we move on. And while this is drying, I'm going to fussy cut out the two elephants, the mama and the baby, and then I will be able to adhere it once it's all dry. So those are the next steps that I'm going to do. I'll be right back when those are done. And one more step I forgot before I fussy cut. I'm going to use some Dilutions ink sprays and just kind of spritz it around, adding some bigger blobs and adding some mist spray. I'll take it out and just kind of flick it around, just adding some more color. This is a very colorful page, kind of outside my norm. Normally I'm a little less colorful, but I'm enjoying this a lot. So we're going to get some of this green. This is fresh lime. And this is London Blue, and I think they came together in a pack. All right, so it's all fussy cut out. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do at the bottom with the legs or whatever, but I will see what we're gonna do with that. So I like it so far. To add more detail in the background, I'm going to stamp with this Stampin' Up stamp. I don't even know how old it is, but I think it says, yeah, it's Stampin' Up. It says it down there on the bottom. Not sure how old it is, probably about 1,000 years old, but still works. Still is a great stamp. I like that it's, let's see, oh, I think it's too dainty. Not gonna work. Isn't that the way it goes sometimes? Sometimes you have trial and error. I have this little stamp, and I'm not sure where I found it, somewhere. I'm sorry to say, this year it's going to be a theme of I'm not sure where I had it, because this is use what you have here. So I have a lot of things in my stash that I have no idea. But I thought it's a really pretty stamp. I'm just going to add that all around. I'm using Ranger Archival ink in black. So I'm going to Mod Podge the back of this, of the elephants, and I'm going to stick them on. All right, stick this kind of on the edge. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Right about here, like this. If things are having a hard time sticking down, you could get some washi tape and stick it down, and then it'll stay, and then you can pull up the washi tape after it's dry, or just give it a couple minutes, but it's working just fine. All right, let me let this all dry. Let me get my dryer out, my heat tool, and I'm going to dry this whole thing, and we will move on to the next few steps to finish this fun page. All right, so the next step, this is going to be really fun. I'm taking some clear gesso, and I'm just using Art Basics Finnabar clear gesso, and I'm going to gesso over the elephants, and then I'm going to take some ivory black, and this is, can't even read it anymore. Who is this? Oh, here we go. Artist Loft. I squeezed out every last little drop. I put it on my little tray here. It's right here, and I'm going to, and I used this little key here to squeeze out every last little drop. And then I'm going to paint over this because I don't want to have the half of a National Geographic on here. I will fill out some of the head, and I'll just kind of paint around to just make it look a little better. So, but you have to first clear gesso it so that the paint doesn't slide around. And it kind of is a little milky when you paint over it with gesso to start out with. Don't worry, it will dry clear. But if you've never used it before, that may happen. It may look bad. All right, so I finished out painting the elephant, and then I added some ground, and I have this border sticker. You can't really see it. It's hard to see, but I thought it'd be really pretty to add at the top. I think it's a sticker. I don't know. I've had it in my stash a while, and I don't remember what it is. Oh, I think it is a sticker. Cool. Oh, look at that. I am not sure what brand they are because the packaging is long gone, but if I can find it, of course, I'll link it down below. I will try my best. All right. I'm gonna straighten that out. It wasn't very straight. Let's make it a straight border. There we go. Very cool. Put some down here. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh cool, all right. I have another border sticker. Once again, not sure where it came from. I think I've used it before because it's cut off, but I think it'd be really pretty to hang. Oh, I think I'm gonna hang it from the trunk. Cool. So I'm gonna cut off a little bit. I would never dangle something from an elephant in real life, but a painting I think is okay. Just like that. So pretty. I'm just going to use up the rest of these over here on the side just because I have them. I might as well. Okay, just like that. So I have some quotes that I just went through and found quotes I liked, and then I just printed them up so that I have, you know, things that I like that I can use. So this is just something that I made, and I really like some of these. So I'm going to use this one. It says, "Wild at heart." Just like that, wild at heart. And I like this one, dare to dream. And this last one, live, laugh, love. Okay. So I've got 3 little short quotes that I'm going to adhere on, and I am just going to use some double sticky tape. This is the easiest way to put these on. Just double sticky Mod Podge would work. You know, gel mediums would work, just about anything. It all works just fine. And if you have some mediums that you're using, like pastel chalks and stuff, what I do, and I don't know if it's right or not, but works for me, is I take some cheap hairspray and I spray it in my journal. If I'm going to sell the work, or if I'm going to hang it up or something like that, I will use an archival spray. In my journal, I'm not too worried about things in here. So I just use hairspray, and that seems to work for me. Other artists will have different things, but that is what works for me. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm taking this gel pen and I'm just kind of scribble highlighting these just around the edges. Just to kind of make these pop a little bit. Sometimes these can, there we go, just like that. I'm going to leave the elephant. I thought about highlighting around him, but I'm just going to leave him. So there we go. He's all done, just like that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this journal page, and I hope that you find focal points. You never know where you can find something that you really like. And just remember, you can gesso and paint over it if you don't like the colors. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on my blog. I do have 2 Instagrams. I have Linda's Journey 78, and I have Take Time to Create. Take Time is where I have all my craft stuff, my art stuff, and you can see up close photos. Linda's Journey 78 is just all the other things, my vacations, my family, whatever else. Please feel free to follow along on both, and you can follow me on my blog and on Facebook. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.